In 2026, war is no longer fought on border sites decided in the sky before enemies even know they're seen. One system stops rockets midair, the other strikes without being detected. Together, they don't just defend a nation, they rewrite the rules of modern warfare. Hello everyone, welcome to our channel, and here's the shocking truth. In 2026, wars can be won without armies ever crossing borders. While the world still imagines conflict as tanks rolling and soldiers advancing, the real battles now happen silently, invisibly, and in milliseconds. Above cities, Iron Dome doesn't just intercept rockets, it calculates intent, prioritizes survival, and decides which threats deserve to exist. High above that same sky, the F-35I Adir watches everything, seen by no one, turning airspace into a controlled digital battlefield. This is not defense versus offense. This is a fusion, a shield that thinks, a shadow that strikes. Together, they form a closed loop of detection, decision, and domination. In 2026, enemies don't lose because they're weaker, they lose because they are already tracked, predicted, and countered before they act. What makes this terrifying is not the explosions but the absence of them. The enemy launches, but nothing lands. The enemy hides, but nothing stays hidden. This is the new reality of warfare, where survival depends not on numbers, but on intelligence, integration, and invisibility. And at the center of it all stand Iron Dome and the F-35I. Iron Dome in 2026 is no longer just a missile defense system, it is a real-time decision engine, powered by AI-assisted radar fusion. It doesn't simply react to incoming threats, it predicts them. Each launch is analyzed within seconds. Trajectory, impact zone, payload probability, and strategic value. If a rocket poses no threat, Iron Dome ignores it. If it does, the system responds with surgical precision. What truly redefines Iron Dome is its integration into a broader defense network. It now communicates seamlessly with satellites, early warning aircraft, and fighter jets. This transforms Iron Dome from a standalone shield into a node within a national combat brain. Every interception generates data. Every data point improves the next response. In 2026, Iron Dome also plays a psychological role. It erodes enemy confidence. When attacks repeatedly fail, deterrence is restored without escalation. This is defense as strategy, not reaction. The shield doesn't just protect cities, it protects decision-makers from being forced into full-scale war. And when paired with offensive assets like the F-35I, Iron Dome becomes the first move in a much larger, invisible chess game. The F-35I Adir is not defined by speed or firepower alone, it is defined by awareness. In 2026, this aircraft functions as a flying command center. Its sensors don't just see targets, they map entire battle spaces. Radar, infrared, electronic intelligence, and data links merge into a single, coherent picture that no other platform can match. What makes the Israeli F-35I unique is customization. Unlike standard variants, the Adir integrates indigenous software, electronic warfare systems, and locally developed weapons. This allows Israel to adapt the aircraft to regional threats in ways others cannot. The jet doesn't simply evade detection, it manipulates enemy sensors, distorts tracking systems, and controls what the opponent believes is happening. In modern warfare, information superiority is lethal. The F-35I provides that superiority. It can guide other aircraft, cue air defenses, and even support ground operations without ever being seen. When the Adir enters contested airspace, it doesn't announce its presence, it erases the enemy's ability to respond. This is air dominance without dogfights, power without visibility. What truly redefines war in 2026 is not individual systems, but how they are connected. Iron Dome and the F-35I operate inside a fully networked battlefield where data moves faster than weapons. Sensors detect, AI analyzes, shooters engage, all within moments. An F-35I can identify a launch site before a rocket even lands. That data is shared instantly with air defenses, command centers, and other aircraft. Iron Dome, in return, feeds threat information back into the network, refining targeting and risk assessment. This creates a closed feedback loop where every action improves the next decision. In this environment, the enemy faces a dilemma. Every move is observed, and every response is anticipated. Traditional tactics fail because surprise no longer exists. The battlefield becomes transparent to one side and opaque to the other. This asymmetry defines modern dominance. In 2026, victory belongs not to those who fire first but to those who understand first. And this networked synergy ensures that Israel sees everything, decides faster than anyone else, and acts only when the outcome is already controlled. One of the most powerful effects of Iron Dome and the F-35I combination is deterrence without destruction. In past wars, defense systems bought time but often led to escalation. In 2026, the equation has changed. When attacks fail consistently and retaliation remains precise and limited, adversaries are forced to reconsider their strategy. Iron Dome absorbs pressure, it prevents civilian casualties and removes the urgency for massive counterstrikes. Meanwhile, the F-35I silently demonstrates reach and capability without overt action. This balance sends a clear message: escalation is unnecessary and unwinnable. This form of deterrence is subtle but effective. It doesn't rely on threats broadcast to the world. It relies on demonstrated reality. Enemies learn through experience that their options are limited, their systems are compromised, and their actions are predicted. In 2026, power is measured not by destruction caused, but by destruction prevented. The shield holds the line, the shadow watches, and together, they maintain stability through superiority rather than chaos. Modern warfare is no longer about reaction time, it's about decision speed. Iron Dome and the F-35I operate in an environment where human operators supervise, but machines process. I prioritizes threads, suggests responses, and filters noise from critical data. This doesn't remove humans from the loop, it empowers them. Commanders receive clearer options faster, allowing strategic control without information overload. The result is calm decision-making in situations that once caused panic. For adversaries, this speed gap is devastating. By the time they assess the situation, the response has already occurred. This is known as decision dominance, the ability to act faster than the enemy can think. In 2026, wars are shorter, sharper, and more controlled because of this acceleration. The side that masters AI-assisted warfare doesn't just win battles, it prevents prolonged conflict altogether. Iron Dome's greatest strategic impact is not military, it's humanitarian. By protecting urban centers, it preserves civilian life and economic stability during conflict. In 2026, this protection is more accurate than ever, reducing collateral risk to near zero. This changes political decision-making. Leaders are no longer forced into rushed responses due to public pressure. Society continues to function. Markets stay open. Infrastructure remains intact. This resilience is a strategic weapon in itself. When paired with the F-35I's precision, military responses remain targeted and proportional. This combination reduces the human cost of war while maintaining absolute control over escalation. In modern conflict, protecting civilians is not weakness, it is strength. And in 2026, Iron Dome and the F-35I make that strength undeniable. War is fought as much in the mind as on the battlefield. Repeated interception by Iron Dome creates a sense of futility among attackers. Stealth operations by the F-35I create uncertainty, doubt, and fear. Enemies begin to question their own sensors, intelligence, and leadership. This erosion of confidence is powerful. It disrupts planning, slows decision-making, and fractures command structures. In 2026, perception control is a battlefield. When one side appears omnipresent and untouchable, resistance weakens without direct confrontation. This is strategic dominance without constant kinetic action. The shield reassures, the shadow intimidates. Together, they shape not just outcomes but beliefs. The success of Iron Dome and the F-35I influences military planning worldwide. Nations now prioritize integrated defense, stealth, and AI-driven command systems. The era of isolated platforms is over. Allies study this model. Adversaries scramble to counter it. But replicating integration, experience, and doctrine is far harder than copying hardware. This gives Israel a lasting strategic edge. In 2026, Warfare is no longer about who has the biggest arsenal but who connects it best. The Shield and the Shadow represent the future blueprint of war. Iron Dome and the F-35I do not represent future warfare, they are present reality. In 2026, they prove that dominance comes from intelligence, integration, and restraint. This is not about endless conflict, it is about controlling it, ending it before it spreads, winning without destruction. The Shield stops the blow. The Shadow ensures it never comes again. Together, they redefine what it means to be powerful in the modern age. If you want more deep, no-nonsense military analysis like this, subscribe to WarVex Intelligence, hit the like button, and share this video. Let us know in the comments which system do you think truly defines future warfare.